toxic families. What's up, peeps, and welcome back to Sorrel Plays. I'm talking about toxic families today. I'm going to go through what I think are the signs of toxic families. It's very difficult when it's people in your family because you don't really believe the worst in them. It's a huge subject. I encourage you to watch it all the way through because what I'm trying to do is help you see people for what they really are. I'd like to express how dangerous these people are to your life and for you to have happiness in your life. And I'm trying to help you see the signs before it's too late, because there comes a time where your whole personality, your whole life can change because of people like this. I'm going to tell you 8 signs makes a toxic person, a toxic family member in particular, as these are the people we trust and feel like they want the best for us. One of the first signs is jealousy. Signs of jealousy from people that you may not even be suspecting are even a little bit jealous of you or your life. One of the ways to tell if somebody is jealous of you is if they are constantly competing with you. So if you've done something and achieved something, they'll talk about what they've achieved and it's better than what you've achieved. They will always try to be better than you. And the reason for that is because they believe you are better than them. They'll have an inferiority complex and they'll try and make you feel like you're putting them down, when really that's just how they feel. That's a reflection on them and not you. Looking out for jealousy is quite difficult, but it could be things like fake compliments. You may think, oh, this person's not jealous of me because they do compliment me a lot, but they will take that compliment away somewhere else. They will put you down. If you're talking about something good that's happened to you, they will seem disinterested or change the subject and divert the subject to talking about themselves and their experiences. A jealous person is a self-centered person. It's all me, me, me with them. So they will be more interested about saying what's happening with them or making you feel like what's happening with you isn't actually that exciting. They won't want you to feel happy about what's happening to you. They'll try and put a dampener on it by giving you a negative on that subject or giving you a reason why it's actually not that good. And they will always talk more about themselves, about their illnesses, about how they feel, and they will never want you to be the center of attention during a conversation. See, sorry, I just sneezed. If they're very good at pretending they're interested, they will look interested, and they may genuinely be interested in what's going on in your life just because they're nosy and because knowledge is power. The more they know about you, the more they can overpower you, and it's all about control. They will try to make you hate people that you like. They will try and distance you from people that you get on with. Put a dampener on any of the things you see as positive, so just enjoying the moment with you when you're explaining something good that's happening in your life or saying something good about someone you mix with regularly. They will be negative about your experiences, and they will always see the worst in people before they even know them, because they are jealous that you have the kind of support from a stranger outside of the family or even anyone inside of the family. So they will try to take away that little bit of support or positive vibes that you have from somebody you're talking in a good way about. They will, in any way they can, try to take away, to subtract all the positives in your life and turn them into negatives. A toxic person will always find a way of putting a negative in about something you feel positive about to overturn the way you think about or feel about a situation. Toxic people are not compassionate. They have no empathy or any sympathy, and they will never be able to relate to how you feel in a bad situation that they may have created. And it will always be a selfish conversation. It will always be selfish actions. So you might explain a situation, maybe you've met a new guy or something and you're telling somebody about it, and if they start telling you about their experience with a guy rather than listening to what you're happy about, that's a sign of jealousy. They pay you compliments, but they are fake compliments. They basically behave like they envy you rather than are actually being happy for you, doubting you. So whether it's decisions you're making, they may disagree with your decisions, they may disagree with the way you live your life, they may disagree with the way you conduct affairs in your life. Eventually, the sad thing is that will lead to you doubting yourself. if you don't realize that these people or this person is constantly doubting you and trying to make you feel like you're not worth anything, or that you're doing things in the wrong way, and that you make the wrong decisions and you behave in ways that are not correct to them. Signs of a good person would be that they don't doubt you. Yes, of course, we do need people to be realistic about how they feel about things that we want advice on, and they give their opinion and whatever, but they should never be forcing their opinion on you. Support. Now, this is a very tricky one, because family, if they seem like a good family, they will be providing you with their support. Suddenly, when you are on your path to success, or you have succeeded, maybe you've got a good job that you're earning money with and someone's helping you out with it, they will totally pull away and take their support with them. They will look for excuses to do that. They will look for reasons to do that. They'll make you feel like you're ungrateful for their support. And eventually they will withdraw their support, so you're on your own. You're achieving stuff through it. They will suddenly realize that actually the support I'm providing is enabling this person to be better than me, and they will withdraw their support. Support is only available on their own terms, so they have to agree with what you're doing for them to support you. If you decide to go and be a stripper and you want someone to look after your kids and it's your mum, then she might say, I'm not doing it because I don't agree with the job you're doing, and that's fine because that is their morals. But at the end of the day, if that's your decision and that's what's making you money and that's what's going to make you succeed, and you ask for a little bit of support, then that is, you are within your rights to do that, and you hope that they're happy to help you no matter what your decision is, and the support that you need will mean everything to you at that point. But one of the things they will do is make you feel like you owe them because they are supporting you through something. If you feel like you owe them just because they're lending you their support, then something is clearly not right here. Talk behind your back. I don't mean, making a comment about somebody, something someone done. You don't always confront people with things they've done because you don't want to hurt them. I'm not talking about that kind of talking behind your back. I'm talking about actually making lies up behind your back, talking about you in an unfavorable way to your friends, to take away good feelings about you from your friends and people who support you, from the people you're popular amongst. They are talking behind your back and being mean, making up lies, making you look like a nasty person, saying things like you've been mean to them without a story to back up. It's a one-sided story. They're not backing up the story fully. You haven't seen messages from the person that they're saying is being mean. The type of things that can ruin your reputation amongst people that like you, and that is the person's aim. That's what they're trying to do, which also means that they're jealous of you. If a person is displaying judgmental behavior about other people and you feel they're being unreasonable, their judgmental behavior is going beyond the normal judgmental behavior of a human being, because we are all a little bit judgmental. I'm not talking about things like somebody in the street that has the kind of appearance of maybe they're a mugger and you cross the road to get away from them. I'm not talking about that kind of judgmental. I'm talking about judging people based on their colour, judging people they don't even know, they've never met, they've never made time to speak to, judging people for the type of friends they may be to you, and trying to put you off those people, telling you what you need to do rather than just giving you their opinion. Their judgmental behaviour will be very strong and one-sided, and it won't be backed up by any proof or evidence that this person deserves to be judged in that way. I'm talking about judging in a fierce, vicious way where they completely want to turn around the way you think about that person or the way you see that person, and that person's done nothing to deserve that. A person who's always negative about someone or people in general, a person who's not willing to give someone a chance to prove otherwise. They've already got their thoughts and feelings, they're stuck in their way, and they are stubborn about how they feel about this person or a situation even. If you're being judged constantly in an unfair way, and you know that none of this is true, or some of it isn't true. Of course, we do need to evaluate our own behavior as well and try and see the reason somebody's giving us this sort of feedback. But it's easy to get led astray if you totally believe the person who is judging you is a good person. If somebody is judging you or other people around you to you, then you need to think twice about what sort of person this person is. People who are rude about people in general, there's never really any good reason to be rude to anyone unless you're in an argument or you're in a fight with somebody, maybe a stranger you don't know. You've ended up in some sort of altercation and you are rude to each other. I mean, we all say things that we may regret. We all say things that we say in a moment of anger. So I'm not talking about that sort of rude. I'm talking about being rude about people in general when they don't deserve it, when they've done nothing to spike the person who is being rude. They can be rude about personality, character, physical appearance, abilities. All of this stuff does not warrant rude behavior from a person who has empathy and sympathy. Now, if they've got like a spoilt brat behavior and they're looking down on people and being rude and judgmental about people for no good reason when these people don't deserve it, that is a toxic person. If they are so judgmental to the point where they're trying to tell you how to live your life, they're trying to control you. So number 8 is controlling behavior. If they are trying to control your every move, if they are trying to control the way you think, the way you bring up your kids, the way you look after your pets, the way you clean your house, they are trying to overpower you. And toxic people are overpowering, and often they are powerful. And this is where it gets dangerous. A person on this list who is jealous of you, who doubts you, who takes away their support or doesn't lend their support, who talks trash about you behind your back, who's judgmental about you and everyone else, who's rude about people and rude to you or rude to others for no good reason and the person didn't deserve it, and who just behave like spoiled brats. These people can ruin your life. So study the behavior of people around you, study how they impact your life, how they make you feel generally after a phone conversation, meeting up with them. If you end up feeling negative vibes from these people or this person, it's a very good reason to stay away from them. If they are adding nothing but negativity to your life, this is another reason why we believe in those closest to us, because they come across as they do want good things for us. But if you spot any of these signs, they definitely don't want good things for you, and your future successes will be too much for them to handle. So get out. This kind of behavior over a certain amount of time, they're displaying any of these kind of behaviors, the best thing for you to do is distance yourself from them. Just because they are family, it doesn't mean that they are good for you. You learn this the hard way, and eventually you could end up losing your self-respect, losing a partner over it, losing your friends over it. You could end up in the firing line over their behavior. You could end up being the person who ends up being unpopular and unliked, and you don't want that for yourself, because although being popular and liked isn't the most important thing in the world, it helps you in your life because you get support from a lot more people. And if they are cutting off your friends, people you know, if they are making you cut off friends and people you know, if they're telling you to delete people from social media, stop seeing this person because of this, that and the other, and they are trying to control you. So you really need to take control of your own life and your own destiny. That's why it's so important to get these people out of your life as soon as possible, or distance yourself from them and don't tell them about good things that happen to you. Don't tell them about your future plans. Don't talk to them about anything personal. Limit how much you see them. Distance yourself from them. Don't leave your kids with them alone. If you notice any change in the behavior of your kids when you have left them alone with these people, you need to stop it immediately. And that is it. Toxic family members are the worst, because friends don't have a lot of control over your life, but families can. If they are your nearest and dearest and you feel like you need them in your life, Think about why you don't need them in your life, because you don't want to make a mess of your life. You don't want to do things you're going to regret. You don't want to be pushed into doing things that you're never going to forgive yourself for. And you don't want to start doubting yourself and losing your self-respect and your pride and who you really are. You do end up losing yourself with people like this. You end up changing and you end up making bad decisions. I really hope that helps you, and if you are going through this, be strong. At the end of the day, the only person you really need is yourself, and if these people are bad for you, you don't need them anyway. So good luck with that, guys. I really hope that helps to enlighten you. So many videos on YouTube you can watch to try and piece the puzzle pieces together and come up with what you believe is your situation, and trust your gut instinct. That's the biggest thing. If you feel like something's not right, then it probably isn't. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Peace out. I've forgotten what